before I get into this, I don't even know if the kids know this story yet, but let me tell you guys. No, you don't.
I do.
This thing right here, I ordered it Walmart delivery to have it delivered to my doorstep like the Friday the game came out. I got a notification at like 2:30 p.m. I scheduled it to come between 2 and 3. That way it would be there when I got home from work. Get off work at 3:30. I got home and it was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, somebody stole it.
Well, it was nowhere to be found.
Somebody stole
My brother works at Walmart, and because he works at Walmart, I just messaged him, and he's actually over the deliveries and online orders and stuff. So I was like, hey man, it's nowhere to be found. He looked into it. This was nowhere around. I looked high and dry. I had put that it needed to be left at the doorstep, like at the door. On the app, it had left a picture of where it was supposed to have been dropped off at. It was supposed to show a picture of the item. The driver takes the picture of it. The picture was just from the foot of my driveway. You couldn't see an item. You could barely see my house. All you could see was a big like landscape picture of my property. There was no switch to be found. My brother escalated as much as he could because he was my brother. I guess they were kind of like, oh yeah, he might be trying to pull a fast one or whatever. Trying to track this down. In the midst of that, he had asked me what the driver's name was, and I saw his name, and I knew of the guy. I tracked down his phone number and I texted him, and this was the delivery driver, and I said, hey, can you tell me where you left this? Because I can't find it. And he replied back a few hours later and says, oh, I've still got it with me. I didn't know if it was your house or not. And I didn't want to leave it there because it was expensive. I looked around, couldn't find anything, and there wasn't any good cell service, and it marked it as delivered, and I couldn't fix it, and I guess the guy just took it home with him. I don't know if he had nefarious things planned with it or not. I don't know what the deal was, but either way it goes, I said, well, man, just bring it back out to me. Bring it back to me. I can come meet you right now. And he's like, oh, I can't do it. I got to go to work. He said he'd bring it to me the next day. He wasn't very responsive, but I had to leave. And when I leave the next day, when I came back, it was waiting by the door. So either way it goes, I now have it. I've not opened it. Other than I did peek in there and make sure that it didn't look like anything was missing after the driver brought it back for the second time. So let's do this.